all the shit that is happening in the world right now needs to happen, right? Everything happens for a reason. Have you ever heard the tongue is the most powerful tool, right? We can do and we can change things if we just talk about the right things and put things into movement in the right places, right? Majority of the people have voted for our president, right? Not saying you, but majority of the people have voted for a president. And people are like, why did he or she vote for a president? Mostly because of fear. Bro, when people don't know what is going on and when people don't have an understanding of what is going on and understanding of who they are and what they want, they do things out of fear, impulsive decisions, right? Now the people in the world are realizing that they made an impulsive decision and this is not what they wanted. They didn't think that it was going to be taken this far. Before I get started with this video, if you don't know me, my name is Jay Rhymes. I'm here to talk about some real shit and just kind of get your mind open to a different perspective, because everybody has something important to say. You just don't listen enough to understand the knowledge that is really being placed and in our lives until it's too late. And I feel like that's what happened with the world. So basically, I'm 23 years old, right? This affects me in every way because I'm black, I'm transgender, I'm just a normal human being at this point, because, you know, the way the world is going, it's not about who's a Democratic, who's a Republican, who's this or who's that. It's about being a fucking person, bro. Like, they're affecting us as people, you feel me? All walks of life are getting affected right now, right? And you can't tell me that you matter over somebody else, because it really doesn't matter. If we all are in the same situation, we are all affected. Doesn't matter if you're black, white, Caucasian, this and that. If the world is not here, we are done, right? So in reality, stop thinking about what side you're on. It's not about what side. It's about the fact of what really counts, what really matters. Our life really matters, and we don't understand how precious life is until it's taken away from us, until it's affected in a way that we didn't consent to, right? The president is doing things that Congress didn't even agree with, and then we get affected by it because we didn't understand what the politicians were really saying, because we moved out of fear. Now, what I really wanted to discuss in this video is start to understand that fear is just placed in our life to push down our power, our voice, what we have to say, how we react, how we treat people. All that matters when it comes to fear, because when we do things that are impulsive, it changes the cycle of how things play out. I never thought, me being 23, me just, trying to figure out my life and all this shit, I never thought this would happen. I think most people in the world didn't even think this was going to happen, right? Because they didn't understand or understand that their choices that they were making were going to actually fall into place. You see what I'm saying? It's not really about Republican or Democratic. It's more about what decisions we've made and the things that we didn't understand that are now taking place. We didn't want this. Most people in the world didn't want this. I'm not saying everybody didn't want this, because, there's some corrupt ass people in this world, but most people didn't want this. And it's sad because now we're forced to deal with the consequences that we didn't really make. But the things that we can do is we can change our vibration. We can change the way we look at situations. We can change the way we treat people. We can change the way we talk to people. We can change the way we treat ourselves. There's nothing that we can really do at this point right now that is going to make a big difference, because our voice is already silenced. We're already at the point where our voice is already silenced. Not saying that you can't speak out and talk about positive information and things that are going to help people. No, that's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying right at this point is we have to wait for the final say, and we have to wait for the final change, right? Because in reality, we already got this far. We already got this far to corruption. But don't let that change your frequency. Don't let that put more fear into your heart, because God says thou shalt not fear. God says that he's coming back for us. You see what I'm saying? So if you have faith, if you believe in something bigger than yourself, know that you are on the right track. And don't let anybody sway you from that right track. People are going to try to put fear onto you to change your judgment and to change your status of how you react to certain situations. Don't let things rattle your soul, you know what I mean? And I realized this when I heard that, Iran was gonna, bomb us or whatever, not like that. I got scared. Not saying that I'm still not, a little shooken up because I didn't make certain decisions. But I also realized at one point, if I continue to fear, if I continue to be scared, how is that going to benefit me or anybody else? It's not going to. You see what I'm saying? Fear shuts you down. Fear shuts your power down. Fear shuts your rightful mind. The way you process things, it shuts down your circadian rhythm. Your nervous system gets all messed up. Anxiety starts to fill your head. Don't let that happen. And I'm not saying that it's not hard, because we're experiencing things that we have never experienced in our life. Most people have never experienced anything like this in their life. And it's justified to feel some type of emotion, but don't let that consume you. Don't let that be your vibration, because you are more than that. You've always been more than that. And they've been trying to hold you down for so long, making you think that this cycle, this rabbit hole that you're in is your rabbit hole, that these are your choices, that this is just how it's going to be. This is how you're supposed to feel. And no, we're not supposed to feel like this. We're not supposed to feel like this. We never have been supposed to feel like this. They taught us that so they could have hierarchy over how we act and how we do things and what we are supposed to be able to do and feel. The reason why we have all these diagnoses and all these things that are going on right now is because they taught us how to feel. You have to unlearn the things that you've learned, because they are lies. They are not the things that we were supposed to ever be embedded with. God said that we were never really supposed to fear if you believe in the Most High God, right? Not saying that I'm trying to preach, but I'm trying to get you to understand that you are so much more than that. I've been saying this in my videos since I don't even know how long, before this even happened. You're so much more than what they make you out to seem, and they silence your voice because they put fear into your heart. They make you confused. They make you feel like nothing you're going to be able to do is going to be worth it. But that's a lie. Changing your vibration, changing yourself, bettering yourself, making sure you're good is the first step to making sure everybody around you feels comfortable and good. See, the reason why the things that are happening in the world is because everybody is on the same frequency. Most people are in the same frequency, a low vibration, right? Low vibration consumes everything. Just like the positive, vibration consumes everything. If we have 1,000 people that are positive, bro, we can change the world. Everybody's on the same playing field. Everybody believes in one energy, and that's positive energy. So we're all going to be able to emit that vibration. Now, if you have most people in the world that are negative and have a negative vibration, what do you think? It's going to consume most of those people, and they're going to be on the same playing field, and they're going to be consumed by the same things, right? Don't let somebody deter you because of the decisions that are being made. Don't let nobody change your thought process. Somebody tells you, the sky is fucking purple. You're going to believe that? No, because you know inside that is blue, right? So when you know that something is wrong and people are trying to tell you it's right, don't just go and believe them out of fear. Go and change the cycle and tell everybody that this is how you feel and this is what is going on and this is how we can kind of fix it. In order to fix something, you have to have different opinions. You have to have different perspectives, right? A lot of people are scared to show their perspective because they're scared that they're not going to be heard. And most people were taught that they were stupid or that they weren't good enough. So nobody really believes in themselves the way they should be believing in themselves. And it trickles down. What I'm trying to say is that the things that are happening in the world, don't let it change your character. Don't let the things make you feel like you're going crazy. Don't let them make you feel like you're not strong enough. Don't let them make you feel scared to the point where you're corrupted by that and you're like crippled by that. Don't let it do that to you. You're so much more. We are so much more. We got to fight. We got to try. We got to do things, especially the younger generation. Us as a generation, we need to actually try and stop talking and doing more. You know what I mean? You have to start doing more. I know it's hard. I know that it's scary, but doing more in the sense of for ourselves, being better for ourselves, changing our vibration for ourselves in the sense of being a better person for the collective. Because in reality, if we're not better for ourselves, we can't be better for anybody else. And that's some real truth. Peace.